The bird's already tired. The sun going down pretty. Come on, bird. Going night-night. Nugget, the sun's going down. Are you going to go to bed? Nuggy. So the reason I'm back here with the birdies is not just to hang out with them, but is because we just spotted a couple of loose pit bulls in our neighborhood. This is not about them being pit bulls. They're loose dogs. I'm just saying they happen to be pit bulls. And having some loose dogs in the neighborhood makes me uncomfortable because as much as there's a fence, most dogs can easily jump that if they really wanted to. So I'm going to be back here with them for just a minute. And I'm about to lock them up. Pretty. It's raining. It's okay. Here comes the rain. It's okay, pretty bird. You hear the rain, pretty? Come here. Come get your num-nums. You want some num-nums? Come here, come get num-nums. Num-num, pretty bird. All the little seedlings growing and all that. I don't even know what you call it. Nugget's ripping everything up. Hello. Thank you for joining us. Pibbert, you gonna go night-night? Pibbert, you gonna go night-night? I don't think those are geese, pretty bird. Those sound like ravens. Pretty bird. You going night-night? Come on, pretty. Come get your num-nums. Pibbert, you want num-nums? Come here. Come on. Come on, pretty. Come get your num-nums. Come on. Come here. Well, which is it? You gonna get num-nums or go night-night? You go night-night? Night-night. He fights it so hard. You want it, Nugget? Night-night, Pibbird. Night-night. Oh, I'm sorry. Night-night. My goodness, you just ate that up like nothing else. Want that one too? Night-night, pretty bird. Night-night, pretty bird. There's your nuggy. There's your nuggy. Nuggy. Night-night, Pibbert. You want num-nums? Come here, come get your num-nums, Pibbert. Num. Nugget. I'm trying to give it to Pretty Bird. Nug, Pibbert, you want num-nums? Good night-night. He's being a butt. Hey, bird, don't be a butt. Hey, buddy. Hey. Calm down. I know you got scared because those dogs. I know you got scared. You're okay. Hi. Hey, bird. I'm going to have to lay you all down for a minute. I'll pick you right back up. Good night-night. Good night-night, Pibbird. Oh, the baby. Pibbird. Good night-night. I don't even know if if y'all can see this. I don't care what I look like. I know I look a mess. I don't know if y'all can see this. I don't know if y'all saw that. It's your cuddle time. It's night-night time. It's night-night time. You hear the ravens? You hear the ravens? Good night-night. Night-night, Pitbird. Oh, my sweet, pretty. It's been a while since you've done this. Since you've laid your head in my hand. What do you hear? What is that? What is that, Pitbird? What is that, pretty? What is that? Do you know what that is? Night-night. It's okay. Mama's got you. I'm here. Night-night, Pitbird. It's okay. It's okay. Mama's here. Yes, Mama's here. It's okay. I'm going night-night, Pitbird. Night-night. Night-night. It's okay, Pitbird. Mama's watching out for you. You're safe. Where you going, Bubba? It's molting, by the way. So I'm just hanging out with them till bedtime because, like I said, we've got some pitties running around the neighborhood. Again, I don't care if it's pit bulls or if it's a German Shepherd or if it's a Husky or if it's a Doberman or if it's a Great Dane or if it's, you know, whatever. If the dog's big enough to do damage, I'm going to be with my birds until they go to bed, just in case. I'm sure the owners will figure out that their dogs got out soon, and they'll take care of it. A Pitbird? Yes. Where's your pretty? Where's your pretty? That's my good Goose. Come here, Pitbird. I'm going night-night. I'm going night-night, Pitbird. Night-night. Night-night, Pitbird. Night-night. Pretty. You going night-night? Ew. What is it? Come here, pretty. Come on. Come here, big bird. What just happened? For some reason, the phone just flipped. That was not on purpose, but actually it works a little easier right now. You go night-night? Night-night. 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 Night-night, Pitbird. Night-night, pretty bird. You're so handsome. You go night night? You go night night? You go night night? What are you gonna do? Yeah, you go night night on mama. You can go night night on mama. That's okay. I'll keep you safe. It's been a while. Ever since you've been staying out here, you're not all cuddled up to me anymore, huh? Hmm? You haven't gotten to go night night with mommy in such a long time. I know. Hmm? You miss go night night with mama? Sorry if this is boring to some. To me, this is amazing. I love my Goose Goose. Very proud of him. He's a good boy. He's a good boy, yes he is. What do you see, Pitbird? What do you see? Oh, look how handsome you are. And he finally started molting. I know I said it earlier. I don't know if whoever's on there, I'm not even paying attention if anybody's watching. If you send a message though, it pops up on the screen. I'll see that. But yeah, he's finally molting, which is really good because he did not molt his flight feathers beginning this year, and I was actually kind of worried. Well, not beginning this year, in spring, but he's started molting his flight feathers, so I'm super happy about that. It means he's going through a proper molt cycle, which he needs to. After this move, being in a car, I mean, being in a kennel more than he should have been, I mean, just everything. It's really good. He needs to molt properly. There's Meggie, being her silly self. Hey, Neggy, Neggy. Hey, Neggy, Neggy, Neggy. Look, Nugget, it's you. It's you, Nugget. You see? What's that? I guess she was a little bit thrown off by that. It's a pretty bird. Yes, Mama pretty bird. Go night-night. Night-night, pretty, pretty. Night-night. Night-night, pretty bird. You pretty bird. Look at those eyes. He's tired. What are you doing? You're saying hi to everybody? You say hi? The bird said hi. You say hi to everybody. You did it right at the camera, too. That was cute. That was cute. You say hi? Hmm? Mama's big bird. I had no idea that I could switch front and back camera during the live, which makes some things a lot easier right now. But yeah, Pretty Bird's doing a whole lot better. Super excited he's molting. That's really good news. And Nugget's doing great. I just picked up her eggs. She hadn't laid yet yesterday when I let him out, and I forgot to check when I put him up. So the fact that she had 2 eggs in there today was good. She has a little bit of an irregular laying cycle. I don't, like, she more lays later in the day. But, I mean, it is what it is. It doesn't bother me. I just hope it's not a sign of anything not good. Pitbird can go night-night. Night-night. Night-night, Pitbird. I'm going night-night. I'm going night-night, Pit Pretty. Night-night. Night-night, Pretty Bird. What are you doing? What are you doing? Come here, Pitbird. Come here. Come to Mama. Mm. and give Mama some grooming. Oh, thank you, pretty bird. Oh, thank you. Just in case y'all were ever wondering why I have messy hair when I hang out with Pretty Bird. That's why. Not the ears, you know that. That's his way of showing that he loves me. Messing my hair up. That's how he does that. Feel the wind. And go night night. I keep one of my eyes closed when I do it like this because he's not the most careful all the time. He doesn't try to bite my eye, but he might accidentally poke it. It has happened, and it does not feel good. See? I'm getting a shower. Goose style. See? Goofy. Oh, thank you, Pipbird. Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you, pretty. Got an itch on my back. Shoulder. Thank you, pretty. You gonna go night-night now? Are you all done? You go night-night? You gonna go night-night? You gonna go night-night now, Pipbird? Night-night. Night-night time. Okay, night-night time. Come on. Are you coming? Come on. Come on, pretty. Come on. Let's go night-night. Sorry, guys. Itchy. Look at this. What's the pretty bird's doing? Gorgeous. See? If your goose really loves you, you'll end up with messy hair. My face is all kinds of messed up. I had to take antibiotics because I had a really, really bad bad infection in one of my teeth. And just... Hi, Vera. There's a couple of pit bulls out in the neighborhood. That's probably why he's barking. Yeah. No, I don't think so. Let's see if I can turn that back around. There you go. This is why y'all are here. Y'all don't want to be looking at me. Y'all want to look at Pretty Bird. I'm about to go hunt down a plastic bag. What is that doing in our neighborhood, in our backyard, huh? Pretty Bird. Pretty Bird. Do you see that? Yeah, by the way, this is a roost I set up for Nugget. Let me show y'all. Hold on. Let's set this down. Just a minute, guys. Actually, I could. And I'm going to do that. Here you go, guys. Thank you, watch, Pretty Bird. Come here, Nuggy, Nuggy. Alright, hang out just for a minute. There you go, check it out. Nuggy's on the roost. Come on, Nugget. Yeah, I'm gonna get you a treat. Hey, Nuggy, Nuggy. Good girl. Yeah, Nuggy. Nuggy, Nuggy. Come on. Come on. Come on, Nugget. Good girl. Look at you go. Good girl, Nuggy, Nuggy. Good girl, Nugget. Good girl, Nugget. Here, let me see if I can find another one. Right there. Here. I know you like these ones. Come on, Nuggy, Nuggy, Nuggy. Come on. Come on, Nugget. You can do it. Come on. I want to teach you how to get up and down on that thing. Come on. Come on, Nuggy. Come on, Nuggy, Nuggy, Nuggy. Nuggy, Nuggy, Nuggy. You don't trust it quite? All right. I won't force you. You dropped it. Here. That's it. There's no more. She wasn't biting me. She was trying to move my fingers out of the way. Here's Nuggy, Nuggy. Come here. Come here. Let me scratch your chin. You like it when I do that. Girl Nugget. So the way that you pet a chicken apparently asserts your dominance over them. So like by me doing this, placing some pressure on her back, not a lot. She goes down on her own, right? And then by kind of like grabbing her tail a little bit and kind of, like, I'm not forcing her tail up. She's actually putting her tail up by herself. By doing this, I'm basically asserting dominance because it's a similar sensation to what a rooster would do, apparently, if he was asserting his version of dominance over the chicken. And it actually makes them feel safe and comforted in some ways. And so it's one way that you can keep your chicken happy and help them understand where they are in the pecking order. Because an animal that doesn't know where they are in the pecking order will not be happy. It is true. Just like, and that doesn't mean that you are supposed to be mean to them. It doesn't mean that you're supposed to force them into a certain mold that you want them to be in. In no way or form am I suggesting that. That is not true. Okay, some people take this stuff and they turn it into something that it's not. What it means is that you show them that you are their leader, which means that you protect them, that you nurture them, that you guide them, that you feed them, that you water them, that they are loved, safe, and that you will make sure that they're healthy. That's what it means to be a leader. And even in the animal world, that their young are going to be safe when they raise up babies. That's what that means. to me, it's always frustrating when people think that, like, being the dominant one in the relationship between yourself and your animals somehow means that you need to be rough with them or mean to them, which is not true. Now, you may have to make a point of making sure that your animals understand that they're not above you in the sense that they can, like, beat you up or something, right? Because their way of communicating and their way of, you know, doing things is different from our human world. Night night, Pitbird. But even when you do that, look at how the animals do it. Look at their own language. Pick the version that is, you know, not like that, something that they're going to understand communication wise, but that's also not going to be like mean, or from the human perspective that's going to, like, you don't want to hurt them or do anything bad to them. So like with Pretty Bird, when I have to assert dominance with him, which he's a male goose, so I do have to remind him sometimes. Sometimes he gets too protective of the, you know, territory, and I have to remind him that he is not above me, that I am the alpha goose here. And when that happens, one of the things I have to do is basically what I do, and I'm not going to actually do it right now, but right here, I basically pinch his feathers right here, right? And I hold him for a moment. What it causes his head to drop actually onto the ground. Kind of like when you grab the scruff of a kitten and they ball up, making it easy for mom to carry them. Well, when a male goose asserts himself over another male goose, he will grab them right here on the base of the neck. Like you can see, he wants to put his neck down when I do that right there, see? So, and then he goes on top of him and he holds him down for a moment. As soon as the other goose, so as soon as, say, Pretty Bird were to stop struggling, he immediately lets go and walks off. The fight's over, nobody's getting hurt, and the alpha goose will have asserted themselves. When they mate with the goose, they actually bite, they hold on to the back of the head up here, right here in this area is where they hold on by the female. So it's not the base of the neck where they hold on. So when you see two geese, right, and if the goose is holding on to the top of the head, it's most likely a male mating a female. Whereas if you see it holding on to the base of the neck, it's most likely one male asserting dominance over another male. And I can do that by placing one hand on his back, placing my hand right here, doing a little pinch. It's not going to hurt him, right? He immediately submits, I let go, and he remembers that I'm his boss. Therefore, there is no biting, pecking, and any other issues coming from him. And I'm not mad at him for, you know, trying to defend his territory. Sorry, guys. We have a frayed. We might have a blood feather here. Come here, buddy. That one was way messed up. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Pretty Bird. Come here. I gotta get that out. It's gonna turn to a blood feather. Come here. It's okay, Pretty Bird. I know. Come here. Sorry, but I have to find it and I have to get it. I'm sorry, guys. Found a break in a feather that is very dangerous for him. Blood feathers are basically when one feather breaks off the wrong way, it will leave the basin. Okay. So these are not blood feathers yet. Okay. But he's going to try to take these out and could turn into blood feathers if he keeps nibbling at them and they get too deep. Let's see if I can catch him here. Okay, device. Quit it. I'm trying to show them to y'all. Okay, you see this right here? Very base, you got a frayed base of a feather, and he's got two right here. Okay? This is not comfortable for him. He's not going to like it. Alright? But right here, this is where his skin is already at. If he keeps chewing on this, as you can see, it's frayed. He's been trying to get the other one out, and the other one had a feather hanging halfway from it. If he keeps chewing on these, he might get really low down, and what ends up happening, it'll be like an IV line when we have an IV in our arm without a connection. So basically, it's connected to their, to a blood source, but it's open. And they're just going to start dripping blood from there and literally bleed to death. So I'm going to take those out to prevent that from happening. I don't like it. It's a horrid thing. Do not enjoy it. Sorry, guys. Apparently, I accidentally hit my... Not going to like it. All right. Good. These things are... It seems like it was a little bit older, which is good. Yeah, buddy. I know. Buddy boy, I know. Let me see. That one right there is the one I'm worried about. Come here, buddy. Come here. All right. Almost got to get a good hold of it. Nope. I can't do it when you do that, bud. Come on. Got it. It's a whole lot bigger than... I know, pretty bird. I know. Let's check. Make sure I got it. I'm sorry, buddy. I'm sorry. I think we got him. Looks like you ripped out a couple of feathers the wrong way, bud. That's not smart. You shouldn't be doing that. It's okay. It's all right. We got him. I'm sorry. Come here, big boy. Come here. I'm sorry. I don't like this. I only did this because he's going to keep working on those. And those could have potentially turned into blood feathers. And then he could have been out here bleeding nonstop, just dripping blood. And I wouldn't know that it was happening. And God forbid, I opened that door and my baby's not okay. I don't even want to think about it. So, and it sucks because it hurts him for a second. And they're hard to get out because these are big ones. These are flight feathers. These are big, major feathers. So these are big guys, and it hurts to get them out, especially before they're all the way ready. It's kind of like trying to pull a tooth, basically, but all over their body. Can't blame him for being grumpy. And he's not biting me. He's actually grooming me. He's seeking comfort. He knows that in the end, no matter how grumpy he is, how much he wants to fight down to me and my husband for love and for safety, he knows that. And the reason I do the scratching motion on his neck like this, I know, sweet Goose, I know. Okay, boy. You're such a silly Goose, you know that? Come here. Mama, one more hug. I'll let you go. I'm sorry. Oh, my baby. It's my baby. Good bird. That's the one thing I don't like about Pretty Bird being outside. I miss cuddling with him all the time. Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you for cuddling. You're so handsome. I love my baby. My baby. Yep, I'm a mess. Look at that. Pretty Bird groomed me. How do I look? This is Pretty Bird's work. Alrighty, guys, let's see what we got here. So, this was the feather that was hanging off, right? You can see he was working on it, but he was fraying it. Alright? These are just some that were just, here, look, like you can see, he was working on trying to get the other parts, right? The ones that were broken. I'm trying to find them. Here we go. The ones that were broken is the ones he was trying to get off. As you can see right there. But he was continuously working on these, and this part right here was inside of him. And depending on whether or not these were still connected to his blood source, he could have accidentally turned these into blood feathers. So I had to pull these. And the only reason I spotted him was because of this guy that came off. And I knew that meant that he had been trying to get this feather off. Or maybe this one was damaged because he was trying to work on the other one that was frayed. But regardless, this could have gone bad. He could have created a blood feather, which could have been bad. Like, very bad. I think that's all I pulled. Right, it was 2 feathers. 2 bases. Yeah. Alright, Nuggy. Anyways, like I said, I don't like doing that. I don't like having to pull any feather out of my animals whatsoever. It is not fun. It's basically like I said, like it's basically like as if you're pulling a tooth out of them. It doesn't feel good to them. It's not horribly painful, but it also doesn't feel good, and it is painful. And here's Pretty Bird's feathers that he's molting. This is what I'm talking about. This is why I'm so happy that he's finally molting his flight feathers. Look at how big they are. I mean, how insane is this? And this is like half of one. But I'm really glad that they're finally coming out, because Pretty Bird did not molt his flight feathers earlier this year. And I don't think he had a proper molt last year either. Flight feathers is what I'm referring to, not his other feathers. So I'm really glad that he's finally properly molting his flight feathers and growing, and he's going to grow in some really nice feathers after this. And I'm obviously going to have to trim some, but I'm going to be really picky about what I trim, just rendering him unable to fly like all the way up into the sky, right? But I still want him to be able to like have some flight. I've always done that. I've always been like, all right, I'm going to make it so he can't take off with like a flock of Canada geese, which by the way would be illegal if I let him do that. But at the same time, he'll be able to, have some flight in case he ever needs it. I mean, I don't know if there's ever going to be a situation. There's another one of his flight feathers that's coming out. I don't know if there's ever going to be a situation where Pretty Bird's going to need to use his wings, while we're walking around, taking a walk. Having a little bit of flight could make the difference. Come here, Pretty. Pretty. What are you doing, buddy? I forgot to dump y'all's waters. Tomorrow I'm going to have to clean this out again. I don't know if y'all believe me or not, but I clean out this area like every 2 to 3 days. I clean this out. And this is all this poop accumulates in every 2 to 3 days. And then I spray it out again. I use my hose, spray it all down, and So since we've been storming down here in Texas, I'm using one of the outside water bins right here to reinforce the door. All right, look, these are old doors, so I don't want to risk them getting blown open just in case the lock doesn't work right or something, because it's an old garage here, and it's a little bit warped, and the door gets a little bit warped sometimes when there's a lot of moisture in the air. Pippa, what are you doing? Come get your num-nums. Are you coming? Come on, Pippa, come get your num-nums. Come on. You coming? Come on, Pippa. Pretty, pretty, pretty. Oh, num-num. You get that water? Anybody who's watching right now, if y'all rewind, you'll see I already cuddled up with Pretty Bird a whole lot. I gotta go grab y'all your vegetables. All right, guys, listen. I'm gonna set you guys up here for a minute, and I'm gonna go grab them their vegetables, okay? So I'm literally gonna leave you here with my animals, and I'm gonna ask you guys to look out for them, okay? Let's see. Where do I set you guys up? Like something like this. Probably will be the smartest. I'm going to turn this around. And I'm going to do something like that. There you go. Nugget. Did I scare you? Alright, guys. I'm going to be right back. I'm just running to the house to go and grab some veggies for them. I forgot their veggies. So, go on, big boy. Get your water. Yay! Pretty, pretty. Yay! Alright, I'll be right back. excited? Are you excited for the dum-dum? Oh, pretty bird. You're asking all moody for it. Right. Turn it back around. There we go. Lovely, pretty. There we go. Right, look who I brought. So this is the one that I think is an Americano or an Easter egger or an Oregano or something like that. I encourage you to look it up on Google. The feathers this one has coming in look beautiful, don't they? But look at the little mustache. It's got like little sideburns happening. You see it right there? Sideburns poking out there? Yeah. Alright, Nugget. Nugget, look at the baby. This is the baby. There's her. You see the baby? No, Pitbull, not too close. No, I don't trust you. You're okay, baby. I'm just setting you down right there for just a second. Because I'm taking you out in this part. Yes, I am. Come here. Come here. There you go. I only brought one. I bring one of them out here once in a while. I don't think so. Nope. I love you, kitties, but you're not allowed here. No. Nope. Nope. Go. Go. I love all of you, kitties, but you will not come mess with my birds. Not happening. Oh, hey, Greg. I don't know if you're still here. I'm so sorry. I did not see your messages. Here to answer Greg's questions. The reason I do not keep Pretty Bird inside with me anymore is because we are able to keep him outside. Oh, I'm glad you're still here, Greg. We are able to keep him outside, and being outside just is technically better for him. It's not like he's not with us. He's still with us throughout the day and stuff. He has a proper outside area because in Arizona it was so hot. He's okay, Crib. Did y'all see that? Did you see him startle his legs? He was just like, and just like split his legs. Sorry. Yeah, in Arizona it was, you're okay, Bubba's. You're okay, little one. Yeah, hi. Hi, little Bubba's. Well, I think the first couple of nights it did, but in some ways, I think that the fact that we had all this crazy, stressful situation during the move through Oklahoma and all that, I feel like in some ways it almost desensitized him to having to sleep so close to us. Like, he had to go be boarded for a period of time. We had to hide him in a hotel for a period of time. I mean, it was crazy. We were nearly homeless at one point. It was not good. And it just, I think through all that craziness that went on for a good, 2.5 months, between him being in a place that he didn't know to, me having to hide him somewhere and him having to basically stay in a kennel the whole time. And, and I was taking care of him best I could, but the situation just wasn't pretty, until I found a place to board him. I had to, keep him with me, of course. And we were in a hotel, pet hotel, but let's just say that they knew that we had a bird. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me okay now? Oh, okay. Sorry. I think I had my I think I had one of my fingers on the speaker part. Sorry. Um but yeah, if you go back in the video, actually see Pretty Bird got real cuddly there for a minute. It was really nice to have him like that again. Um but oh, hey Wolf Dog Mom. Welcome. Um but Yeah, so the main reason is just that's the whole reason why Pretty Bird was a 99% indoor goose, because Arizona, we lived in a Phoenix area. It was super, super, hey, it was super, super hot and just not safe for Pretty Bird. I mean, him being a hybrid, I just did not feel comfortable keeping him outside. Our yard, I don't know if y'all remember, consisted of rocks. Um, it was not the kind of just environment where I was going to keep my fowl outside. And so here, I mean, I don't know if y'all have seen the previous videos of our property, but come here, little one, you're safe. Here, look at this. I mean, it is nature. It is lovely. We've got trees. We've got a storm coming in. We've got property here. And it's still a mess right now. I'm working on things. But we have this big old half an acre here where Pretty Bird can roam and forage, which he barely does, that spoiled butt. But he can if he wants to. And it's just like he has so many more options. Oh yeah, I'm so glad that we found this place. Now don't get me wrong, this house is flooded twice. It is not a house that is in perfect condition by far, but it is worth it. My kids and my birds and my animals are all happy. Wait, do I have anything besides birds? Oh yeah, I've got the kittens. Oh yeah, and we found a mama cat with kittens underneath our house. And so far I've been able to save 2 out of the 3 kittens. Watch out, Nuggy Nuggy. Baby bird, stay on my shoulder. I've got a little booger over here sitting on my shoulder. I don't know if y'all can see him or not. Right there. He's riding on my shoulder right now because I'm trying to collect things to make their dinner for my big birds over here. Yes, pretty and nuggy. He is a cutie. But yeah, we've got these 3 kittens that we're saving. Well, we got 1 kitten that was saved by my boss. It was caught up in just a nasty wire net thingy across the street from where I work. Kitty, no, I'm sorry, no. Go, shoo. Go. I will feed you. I will love you. But you will stay away from my birds. Sorry, guys, but I love on them cats. I feed them cats. I spend money I ain't got on them cats, but they are not allowed to come to my birds. My birds are off limits. But yeah, like I said, Arizona was just too hot, and it just didn't seem right for Pretty Bird to be outside there for more than when I was with him. And now that we're able to keep him outside, I feel like it's better for him. Now, don't get me wrong. I will take Pretty Bird inside. I will take him indoors. If here. I will take. No. Pretty Bird groomed me. If y'all go back in the video, you guys will. That's one of Pretty Bird's down feathers. That's down. But I look a mess. Hey, Bubba, turn around. There we go. Am I? You know what? That's what I'm doing. I think I'm constantly accidentally placing my finger over the area where it picks up the voice. I'm guessing y'all can hear me again? Well, thank you. That's so nice of you. Thank you. I look a mess. Like I said, Pretty Bird gave me a good grooming. Y'all can see it if you rewind the live video. Some of that water to control some of this mess. If y'all rewind the live video, y'all can see that Pretty Bird gave me a nice thorough groom. Hey, Bubba. I'm not trying to get you wet. Yeah, I've thought about that, but I mean, goodness, I've thought about trying to get a better camera, but Lord knows, those things are expensive. And, money hasn't exactly been, you know, growing on trees lately. But yeah, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to create the best possible for my birdies. And, anything I can do to make sure that they're happy is what I'm going to do. With these babies right here, we've got 9 of them. We don't know how many we're keeping or what's going to happen with all that. But we're going to do the best that we can. We're going to keep as many as we can. Obviously, started Pretty Bird wish list. Up, we have an escapist. No, we're not flying away. Come here. Wait, I got to grab my dry hand. Come here. Well, thank you for pooping on the floor. I appreciate it. No flying away. No, we've got kitties out here. Yeah, little one. We don't have a name for this little guy yet. Thought about naming him Fluffy because he's got those, look at those sideburns. Any of you know a lot about chickens, know Aracanas, Americanas, or Easter eggers? Tell me if you think he looks like one, because I think he does. He's got like sideburns, like fluffed out on each side. It's not very prominent yet, but what's it called? One of the things I'm looking for Pretty Bird is actually a mate. So if y'all know anybody that legally breeds Canada geese, let me know. I know of one person, and we were supposed to get him this year. We were supposed to get Canada goose eggs with permits, and we were gonna hatch Pretty Bird out a mate, and I was gonna raise her up and then let Pretty Bird have his gal, so by next year he would have been a happy boyfriend or husband. But that whole winter thing that happened in Texas, well, apparently that area of Utah was also affected, and they had a weird winter spring situation, and her geese, her Canada geese, so she's permitted. Her Canada geese didn't start laying. She didn't start laying till I think it was mid-May when they finally laid, and usually they lay like March, April for her. And then when they finally did, only a couple of them laid, and she had a what are they called? The big ravens, I think they're called ravens, the giant black ones. They attacked. And broke all the eggs. Well, yes, it's illegal to keep them if you don't have a permit. If you find somebody who legally breeds them, right, and has a permit to breed them, now some states are a lot more restricted than others, so you got to look at your state law, not just the federal law, because the way it works federally is that all that's required federally is that you purchase them. So from my understanding, always look this stuff up yourself, talk to your wardens and all that. But from my understanding, the way it works federally is that you have to purchase them from somebody who has a permit, and then that person will give you like a receipt. That receipt is your permit. Now, in some states, it takes a whole nother step to it where you have to like get a secondary permit, which means you turn in the one that you got from the seller. and then something else. But I understand you have to do something once a year. I don't remember all the details, but there's a whole bang that goes with it. But if you have a permit and you have a Canada Goose from a breeder who is legally breeding them with a permit, you're good. Now, you can't get a Canada Goose from the wild and get it permitted. That's not how it works. It has to come from a breeder. And so many people have stopped breeding that I've only found 2 in the US, 2. And I've been looking since I've had Pretty Bird. And it's been like almost 3 years now. And one of them is in Florida and one of them is in Utah. The one in Florida does not sell them as babies or as eggs. They only sell them as 4 or 5 month olds. They have a petting zoo or something. I'll try to remember to talk to the lady who breeds them and find out if she's comfortable with me sharing her information on here, so that you guys can get a chance to contact her if any of you are looking for a permanent Canada Goose. I know she sold eggs. I don't know if she'll sell goslings. I know she was talking about seeing about it, but she wasn't sure yet because it's just such a, I don't know. It's a conflicting thing because some people say it's cruel because they're stuck in a box for a certain amount of time. So she's considered it about selling them. And then she was considering about maybe only selling them to people who are within a certain distance. If you made it with your Chinese gander, you might end up with a Pretty Bird. Pretty Bird is, to the best of our knowledge, a hybrid between a Chinese goose and a Canada Goose. So that would be funny. Yeah, since Pretty Bird's a male, so I don't know if you guys remember, forever ago I said that Pretty Bird would be most likely not fertile because at the time because I thought Pretty Bird was a female, is a hybrid, right? And I was not incorrect about that because females most of the time are not fertile. Likelihood of fertility within a hybrid Canada Goose is extremely low. This is just based on my research. I don't claim to know more than what I've read, and even there, I may have misunderstood things. So don't take my word for, take it with a grain of salt and do your own research for whatever you want to know about it. But what I didn't know is that males actually have a lower likelihood of being not fertile. So there's actually a good chance. What's wrong? What did you blow about? So Pretty Bird actually has a good chance of being fertile. And no, I didn't call you. I made the sound, and he thinks I called him. Nope, go. Go. Nope, you're not allowed back here. Yes, you're pretty, and you're super cute, and I loves you very, very, very much. But you gotta go. I don't want to have to shoo you away. I just got you to trust me. Go. Buddy, you're not allowed to be here. Go, go. Go. All right, good boy. That's my fault. I shouldn't have made that sound. I don't like shooing away the kitties because I'm actually going to be setting up little winter huts and stuff for them outside of our house. Anyways, but yeah, we got a good chance of Pretty Bird being fertile, and if Pretty Bird turns out to be fertile, I plan on letting him have babies. And that's one of the reasons I want him to have a Canada Goose as a mate, because rather than a random goose, because I'd love that. And I can go, and once I have a permitted goose, so once I have a permit for the Canada Goose, I can get a permit to breed and sell Canada geese. And maybe in the future, some people where I can somehow confirm that they're able to take care of a goose, I might be able to maybe even sell Canada Goose eggs in the future. But yeah, it's like this whole process. And you got to keep in mind that Canada geese themselves are not usually going to start breeding until they are between 2 and 4 years old. So their sexual maturity actually takes a pretty long time compared to farm geese. And that has to do with what we humans did to interfere with um, goose development and how geese function. Um, so yeah, it's a pretty long process. And I mean, if you think about Canada geese, the babies, they stay with their mama till they're 12, like 11, 10, 11 months old. They follow their mamas around and their daddies around, and they're learning. It's similar to parrots, where even though they're birds, the time of how long they're with their parents is actually pretty long compared to other birds because they learn a lot. And personally, my opinion has been that what it seems like is that the smarter the animal, the longer the child seems to remain with the parent because the parent is sharing its own knowledge with the child. So, like parrots will, for an example, cockatiels will have their babies with them for 18 months. So when you go to a store and you buy a cockatiel at like 3, 4, 5, 6 months and they appear to be an adult, they're still babies. They're children until they're 18 months old. They're not adults until after that. And so when people breed them at a year old, they're just simply not mature enough yet to have babies. That's basically like, a human 14, 15-year-old having a child. They're capable, but that doesn't mean that they should. And same thing with cats, like letting your cat have babies at 7 months. They're capable, but they're probably not going to be very good at it, or they're going to struggle with it, and they definitely shouldn't be doing it. So it's just one of those things. But see, mating in the Canada goose world is about a lot more than just reproduction. They're monogamous, so it's about them being together, about them being around each other, cuddling with each other, looking out for each other. There's a whole lot more to it. And I want to give that to Pretty Bird. I want Pretty Bird to have that. He obviously wants it. We had some Canada geese fly overhead. Oh, Lord, y'all should have heard him. Part of me was so joyous that they were communicating, and part of me just, my heart broke once they were gone and he was calling and they were too far out. So when they came over and they were just doing the regular honk thing, Pretty Bird started answering and started honking out to them, and they were answering, and they were answering loud and hard, and they were like kind of flocked over our way before they then continued their way. Like they zigzagged a little bit, like as if they were looking, trying to see Pretty Bird or something. And just he was honking up there, and they were answering him. And once they were outside of reach, he kept, like, he does this thing where he does his head sideways and he looks up into the sky. And he kept looking up and he kept letting out honks, but like very like sparse in between. What's the word? Sparse? Whatever. When you like do a little bit and you give a decent break in between. And he kept doing that for a minute. And he kept listening and looking up. And I think he was looking for the geese, like he was looking for an answer, but they'd already gotten out of reach, they were already gone. And I felt so bad for him because for a minute I was all excited. I was like, "Oh, Pretty Bird, do you hear them?" And I was like, "Oh, Pretty Bird, how exciting! Check it out." And then my heart was breaking for him because I was like, "That's what he wants. That's he hears that his instincts are going crazy, and he wants to have that connection." Now this lady who I know breeds Canada geese that does sell the eggs, I think each egg is like $50. So, and when you hatch geese, you want to think about a hatch rate. So, I mean, the price really isn't bad. The guy from Florida charges $250 a pop for a 4 or 5 month old goose. So yeah. It's because it's an animal that's permitted. It's you have to pay for a permit in some states on a yearly basis. I don't know how all the details work in each state and all that, so I definitely encourage you guys to look into it yourselves if you're interested in having a Canada goose. In general, if you're interested in having a pet goose, obviously do extensive research. It is not all fun and games and cutesies and cuddles, okay? There are plenty of nips and bites and punches and attitude and a whole lot of poop involved. So it's not all rainbows and cakes and all that. But Canada geese, pet geese are going to be obviously a little less than your average farm goose, but that's not even that is guaranteed because when you have an animal that has a closer, much like, I guess, your name kind of reminds me of that. You're all right. I was just setting you down. You're all right. I'm going to take you in before I cut this stuff because it's getting dark and it's not super warm out here, and I don't want you getting cold, little one. So they're still indoors until they have all their feathers and until they're ready to be outdoors. And even then, when I move them outdoors, they're gonna have a heat lamp and like heat pad and all that. But I just don't want to. I just don't want to risk them getting too cold. Look at how cute this guy is. Yeah, you're so cute. You're so cute. And dirt and rocks is good for them, just for anybody wondering over here. Dirt and rocks is good for them. They're supposed to eat that. It's good for their digestion. They need it, actually. That's why I bring these guys out on a regular basis so they can forage. If y'all saw my other lives, you will have seen that they were in a big white cage. It's a guinea pig cage. That was the word for it. And I use that for them so they can forage outside, all 9 of them, without me having to worry about any of the cats getting a hold of them. Oh, that's cool. My apartment management would be very angry if I got one. There are a ton of them on the property, so I watch those. Lots of. Well, maybe they won't notice yours that way, because there's a bunch around it. You're gonna be like, "What? This one is just friendly." I don't know what y'all are talking about. It followed me inside. There's nothing I could have done about it. All right, little one. Hey, hey, hey. You gotta close your wings so I can hold on to you. There you go. There you go. Come here. Come on. Hold on. There you go. You happy now? All right. We'll move like this then. Whatever you need, little one. You're all right. What are you doing? What is this? You've got to be the weirdest little kid. You're not allowed to play with the chicken. Nope. No chicken for you. Hey, babe. Could you real quick?
What?
I'm on a live right now. Can you just real quick hold this on to the kitties? I'm just gonna put the chicken down.
Hold it
Everybody can hear you.
Okay. You want me to aim it at the cat?
Yep.
Okay. Hey, kitty cat. Hey, kitty. Meow. Hey, kitty cat. Big kitty cat. That's just some garbage. Why are you messing with it? Silly. Silly. Oop.
Right, hold that real quick.
Hold what?
This one. Hold on, guys. I'm enabling the flash. Okay. Here, guys, real quick. I need y'all's advice. All right, kitty, go shoo. Go shoo. No baby chicken for you. Go.
What are we doing?
Here.
Oh.
All right. If any of you guys knows chickens, please, 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 please give me your opinion.
Can't really see it that well.
Hold on. See that lump right there on the back of the head? It's circular.
Yeah.
There seems to be more popping up on the side right there. Don't know what in the world it is. This is one of my little Turkin babies. It had a scab for a minute. It doesn't seem to be getting smaller or bigger. The baby is eating and drinking just fine. But if any of you know anything about this, let me know. I've had some people who have chickens, a lot of people who have told me that they have no idea what it is. They've never seen it. It started out as like a ring, like it was circular, and the middle dipped down. What do you call it? Like as if somebody had put a ring underneath the skin.
That's what I.
No, ringworm is.
I know, but I thought it was like a ringworm. That's what I thought.
Well, we looked it up, and it didn't
I
look
know.
anything like it.
Kitty cat, stay away from the door. Ugh. Kitty. Yeah, meow. What are you doing? Right. Weirdo. Right. Here's your phone.
Back to Pretty Bird so I can go feed him.
Okay.
Alright, sorry about that, guys. I apologize. I had to put the chicken baby back, and I just remembered that I really wanted to ask you guys about that thing. I don't know what it is, and it's scaring me. One person suggested that it looked like cancer, and that really scared the bejesus out of me. Yeah, I'm gonna have to turn this around. I'm gonna have to turn on the light. Okay. And I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna position it like right here, and I've somewhat within the picture. So y'all can see me, and I cannot see what y'all are writing because I have to use the back of my phone to be able to use the flash. So, real fast, before I stop this live since it's getting dark, I've got 3 bowls of water. This one right here. I've got this one right here. And I've got this one right here. And then right here, that's not for Pretty Bird. That's not for Pretty Bird. I've got broccoli. I've got lettuce mixture. I've got carrots. And I've got cucumber. Guess what's really frustrating? In this town where we live, it's so small. We only have like one little tiny grocery store, which is the one I work at. And they don't sell kale. It's been a pain trying to get a hold of kale anywhere. So what I do for Pretty Bird is I basically cut the cucumber. It got a little bit frozen, so it looks a little bit funny right now. But I cut the cucumber into the water, right? And I'll cut it into squares as I go. But yes, I know you want it. I know you. Pretty Bird, you're a dork. All right, I'm gonna have to show you all this. Pretty Bird, you want them nums? You want a cucumber? No, yes. Nom. I know he is, isn't he? Yeah, right? You know, that one time I was Googling something because I had a weird stomach ache. And it was pulling down into my legs. And guess what? It said I had testicular cancer. I'm a biological female. I'm not so sure Google was right there. Oh yes, cucumbers never stopped. Cucumber, kale, and broccoli are his favorite foods. And this silly goose will barely graze. I mean, it gets really frustrating because he's got all this grass outside. But no. That don't matter. Mama still got to go and buy up a whole bunch of groceries. You dropped it, silly. Where'd it go? There it is. Mama still got to buy up a whole bunch of groceries. Come on, get your num-nums. Get your num-nums. Num-num-num. Num-num-num, pretty bird. Num-nums, pretty bird. Come on. You want to get your num-nums? Num-num. Look at that cute little face. You gonna get that, Nugget? Nugget, right here. Right here, Nugget. Pretty bird, you can share. Be nice. You're like siblings. Always fighting. Always fighting. Yep. So now, next step's gonna be. So normally, if I had kale, this one I would rip up and I would fill this with kale. This one I rip up and I fill and cut with like I cut the cucumber down. I fill this with cucumber, and I take one of these cucumber trees and I attach it to the side of the gate, so he has like dry cucumber and wet cucumber. And Nugget will eat out of the water ones too. She'll just pull out whatever she wants and then like rips it apart. And then I put the other cucumber in here. One of the reasons I put it in water is because it actually stays good longer this way. And then this right here, for now, what I'm actually doing is I'm literally just putting this into one of the bowls. So, but like with barely any water. So this one, for an example, right now will be just water, right? This one, right now, I'll most likely just put it on the floor for Nugget to go at, because Pretty Bird won't eat this, because Pretty Bird is a piggy butt. He's a piggy butt. So I'll find a spot where they don't really poop a lot. Right, Nuggy Nuggy? Yes, I know it's late. I'm sorry. I love this gate. This is actually a dog gate. I use this for my birds. All right, let's see. Where do y'all not poop a whole bunch? That's just fine. Come here, Nuggy. There you go, Nugget. And Pretty Bird can eat this if he chooses. Get some of this out. I don't like to leave a lot of this stuff in there. I don't know. Somebody once told me that this stuff is not very good for geese and chickens. Not sure if that's true or not, but I'd rather be careful. Better safe than sorry, right? Oh, you. I barely touched you. You know what? Might as well just empty this thing. Y'all will go to town. By the time tomorrow comes around, this will all be gone. Oh, yeah. Why don't you just kick it all over the place? So now Nugget's going to think I'm stealing her food, and she'll start pecking at my hand at some point. Watch. You're not going to do it today? You're not going to do it today? No? You're not going to peck me today? You're actually going to be a good girl? Spoiled little butt. Look at that. You're going to make it go under the mat. Yep, there she goes. She's pecking me. You see that? Yep, they all see that you're being misbehaved. Look. See? She's pecking me. No. No. No pecking. No, no. Y'all see that standoff she just gave me? She doesn't generally do it. She just does it when she thinks I'm trying to take her food. It's the only time she ever does it. She's not a bad chicken. She's a cuddly chicken. She's like Pretty Bird. She's spoiled way too much. It's my fault. I did it. I'll admit it. I did it. You're spoiled because of me. It's true. It is the truth. Oh, so it is fine for them. See, because somebody told me that it wasn't. And red cabbage is fine for them too? Like not just regular cabbage, red cabbage is fine? All right, sounds good. Here we go then. Back in there it goes. And before anybody gets mad at me for putting it on the floor, these are foraging animals. Half of the time they throw whatever I put in the bowl on the floor anyway. Because that's just what they do. So, like, I look at one that I think looks good for me to put on the side, right? And then usually what I do, which I don't have time for this tonight, but usually what I do is I let one of the cucumbers just sit in the water for a while. And you'd be surprised how much a cucumber will get solid or better. But if you let it sit in the water for a while, especially before doing that, actually what you want to do is, just like with roses, you want to, this is a very big piece that I'm cutting off. Normally it's not this big, but I'm like one-handing it here. You want to cut at an angle, right? And this actually is a trick from a grocery store, guys. Put it in the water, right? And leave it in there for a good 10 minutes or so. Usually what I do is I leave it like that while I start ripping up the other cucumbers, and I'm cutting the carrot, or I'm cutting the broccoli and all that stuff, right? And what ends up happening is the cucumber actually soaks up a lot of that water and perks back up. And even the stem and stuff will actually go from being kind of a little bendy, like if it's starting to get a little bendy on you, it'll actually perk back up and get more solid. And that is a trick from grocery stores. That's how they get their produce to look better to still be sold the next day. This is not just one grocery store. Most grocery stores do this. Not even joking. So maybe that'll help some of you guys out. Here. Num num num, the bird. Num nums. Yeah, you eat your broccoli? Oh, yummy. I'm joking. Usually I try not to feed him while he's in his pool. But since I'm going to come out and clean it tomorrow, it's not a big deal. I try to keep as much of the food out of his pool as I can because it's just a pain in the butt to clean it. Good. Right now, I'm ready to clean this thing. And this is like 3 days worth. Like, this is not a long time. But yeah, like I said, so with the broccoli, you leave it in the water for a little bit, and the broccoli actually starts being better. And you can do this with a lot of vegetables, actually. At stores, they'll do this with lettuce, like green leaf lettuce and stuff. They'll do this with green onions. They'll do this with cilantro. We'll do this. It'll perk up, get more crispy. It's not gonna like be perfect, but it actually helps. Like, so you just cut a little bit away from the stem. For a lot of them, it's at an angle. And you just let it soak for like 10-15 minutes. Some longer, some less. And like you'll start seeing a difference already. And they'll just start looking better. And they'll get a little bit more crunchy. Now, I'm not going to guarantee this. This is just something that I know. That's several grocery stores that I've been around and some that I've worked for and stuff. I know they do this in the produce departments. Fresh, yeah, right. Oh, don't get me wrong. The place I work at right now, that grocery store, my boss, she is very picky about her produce. Very good at keeping up the produce. I'm very impressed. Like, that woman knows what she's doing. I like her a lot. And she does not watch these videos, so I'm not like, just saying this because. No, I actually very much respect her. And her husband too. They're both very hardworking people. Their kids are very nice. Their kids are adults, but they're very, very nice people and good people. And I'm lucky to have found a place like that to work at, because a lot of my previous jobs were not so nice. Or I had coworkers that were horrid, and I get along really well with most of my coworkers, so that is good. You know, trying to break this one, but it doesn't want to break. I'm one-handing this, guys. All right. Anyways, so like I said, I don't have a whole bunch of time to let this one soak forever. So, also another thing Pretty Bird likes when I do it is like the stem and everything just, well, now feed off that water. It just got to soak up and it'll get better, last longer. Here, Pretty Bird, you want num-nums? That's it. Oh, Pretty Bird was being so cute earlier. I don't know if any of you guys have seen the live from earlier, but Pretty Bird was cuddled up to me, and he was being so sweet. At one point, I had to pluck some feathers out of him because he was what's it called? He had frayed one of his feathers so badly that it basically the piece that was left was very close to the base of the feather. And any of you who have birds will be familiar with blood feathers. And I was worried that he was going to turn into a blood feather if he kept messing with it. So I decided to go ahead and pull it. And it looked like he did the same thing to the neighboring feather, because I had to actually pull two bases. Let me see, did I bring them out here? I thought I did. I thought I brought them. Yeah, here we go. Here. These two, I had to pull them. Look. So these weren't blood feathers at this moment, but my concern was, if you see how close they were to the base, and he was working on them, trying to get them out, and by doing that, he was working them and freeing them further and further down. And either he was going to succeed in pulling them out, or he was going to work it so far down that they were going to turn into blood feathers. And that scared me. So sometimes we have to do something that we don't like to take care of our animals. And I had to pull them, and I did that on the live. So if y'all want to see how I do that or how I did it, this time was a quick, just random situation. 99% of the time, here, see, this is why I noticed it, because this feather just basically just came falling off when I was petting him, and I was like, wait a minute, that's not the base of a feather. Y'all can see how it's all frayed right here, and I was like, oh man, that's gonna turn into a blood feather if he keeps messing with it. This is all the feathers I found today within their area. Yes, some of them are poopy. Some of them look gorgeous, are in perfect condition. Look at that, beautiful. And what's it called? I keep all of the feathers that are like nice and clean and all that stuff, even these ones, even if they are a little bit messed up, because my kids like to keep them. We have a whole box full. I showed off on another life. I showed off Pretty Bird's egg that I still have. Yeah, that's right. I still have Pretty Bird's egg, the one that he hatched out of. So let's see. Right now, I'm gonna set you guys right here-ish. Let's see. That'll work. So what I'm doing now is I'm attaching this broccoli to the inside using some twisty ties. So what I do is I decide on a height, and I use a twisty tie and I run it through the broccoli. And I just simply attach the broccoli to the gate with the twisty tie. And here comes Nugget, because they get excited. And Sometimes I just attach one, sometimes I'll attach two, and sometimes I'll attach like 3 broccoli pieces to the gate. And it works really well because they can chow down on it. It's not on the ground with the poop. So maybe this will give somebody else an idea, or maybe somebody else will take this idea and develop it into something better. But it basically creates, a source of food without poop. And as you can see, Nugget loves it. Pit bird, come get your num-nums? Come get your num-nums, pretty bird. Come on, pretty, pretty, pretty. Come on, pretty bird, come get your num-nums right here. Look, num-num-num-num-num. Are you coming? Come on, pretty bird, come get your num-nums. Come on, pretty bird, come get your num-nums. Come on, big bird. Come on, clumsy butt. Come get your num-nums right here. Num-num. Yay, pretty bird. See, they love to eat from there. And obviously stuff will still fall down, but I generally remove the ties that I don't need on there. But they can eat on it, and for a large amount of the time that it's in there, it will stay on the gate and therefore not get covered in poop and get thrown all over the place, while they're trying to pull it apart and stuff. But oh yeah, pretty birds always. Yeah, when I tell him to come get his num-nums, he usually knows that I've got some treats for him. He's familiar with the terms, just like he knows up, and he knows his own name, and like he knows multiple, like he knows the word cucumber. Like he'll honk it, like he'll go honk, 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 like as if he's trying to copy the syllables or something. I don't know. I've noticed that since he was younger. He does that sometimes when he gets excited about certain foods. Maybe it's just my imagination. Who knows? I'm over here like the crazy cat mom. The difference is I'm the crazy goose mom. But yeah. Like I said, one of the things that I know one of you mentioned to make an Amazon wish list. I'm going to have to set up a new P.O. box. But one of the things that I know that I need out here is fencing that I currently simply can't afford. Like the poultry netting fencing or something. I don't even know if this is cheaper than other fencing, but, that's one of the things that I'm on the hunt for, to try and find somebody that maybe has some leftover that's willing to sell it off for cheap. Because I want to pull their run out into the grass so they have more land to forage on, and to be in the grass and be out in the open, because I want them to have the best possible scenario, but we'll see what happens with all that. See, the only thing I don't like about working out here is that I, for the life of me, cannot stand the sound of metal on concrete or on stone. I don't like it. It makes me cringe. And so while I'm cutting, especially one-handed, I can't prevent it. I'm only cutting it a little bit smaller. Not trying to cut it super tiny. Well, not right now anyway. Some of the pieces I'll cut super tiny for Pretty Bird to mix into his food because he doesn't want to eat carrots. So I mix tiny little pieces into his food sometimes so that he'll accidentally eat some carrots because he's a spoiled booger. Pretty Bird. Pretty Bird, you're spoiled. Did you know that? Did you know that you're spoiled? I think you know that. So this right here is another one of the foods that I throw in there with the stuff that's on the floor. They can forage on in the corner where there's not as much poop and stuff. Right now I'm trying to pick it all up with one hand. Wait. I'm cheating. I'm putting some in my phone hand. This has got to be boring for you guys. I appreciate y'all sticking around. I don't blame you if you're bored, if you don't want to stay. Throwing it over there. There we go. I think Nugget went to bed. Y'all want to see Nugget? Wait. Shh. Let's get sneaky. Get sneaky. Shh. Where's your Nuggy, Nuggy? Nuggy was going to bed. Look. Nuggy go night-night? Night-night, Nuggy. You look so cute in there. Looky, Nuggy. You look so cute in there. Aww. Look at you, Nuggy Nuggy. What are you doing? No, I wasn't trying to wake you up. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Nugget. I wasn't trying. That's a golf ball, by the way. I'm sorry. I wasn't trying to wake you up, baby girl. You can go back to going to sleep. I know it's dark out. It's way past bird night time. I remember my Oma, my grandmother in Germany, she used to always say, the healthiest thing is to go to bed with the birds and to wake up with the birds. She said, but I'm a cat lady. I go to bed with the cats and I wake up with the cats. As in she was a night owl. Sorry, Nugget. But yeah, I've got lots of plans for this place. I want to set up, I want to get one of those heating mats that's made for animals. You know, like a heat pad or whatever. You know, they like turn off automatically, but they turn themselves back on automatically. Like to prevent fires and all that, but also to like control the temperature or whatever it is. And I want to get one of those because I want to put one of those into the little cat boxes that I want to build. And what I plan on doing is I plan on building a couple of cat boxes for wintertime, and like some of them I'll be building out of wood, and some of them I want to use like find like people who have old ice chests, not ice chests, coolers. You know, the portable coolers that you use for like when you go camping and stuff. Yeah, that. And what I want to do is basically you cut a hole into it, and then you tape off the hole with like one of those floater ring. You know those foam tubes you use in the pool. Like you use one of those, you put it around the edge, and then you attach it by duct taping it. And then in the inside, you basically just fill it with hay and straw and stuff. And because it's already naturally insulated, like it's because it's already insulated, right? Because it's it's a cooler. It ends up actually being really usable and very comfy for the cats, or any other animal that might want to use it. I also want to build one or two out of wood and make it like literally like a cat house for outside. But the way I want to do it is I want to have heat pads in there to actually create warmth. And the reason why I want to do that is because in this area there are multiple cats that are not fixed yet. And I'll be looking into the local trap and release programs to try and see if I can't find anybody that does that, where I can trap them for them and they just come over and pick them up to get them fixed or something. But we do have kittens around here, apparently on a regular basis. And from what I've heard, all winter long, which is just sad because it can get pretty cold apparently here in North Texas, depending on the year. And so what I want to do is I want to have heat pad in some of those so that if we have any mamas. Oh, you have a good night, hun. I'm glad that you enjoyed the video. Sorry it's so long. But yeah, like I said, if we have any mamas that have babies in the neighborhood, if they figure out, like, hopefully they'll figure out that there's a place that's warm, so they can come and they can have their kittens there. And if they have their kittens there, it also gives me the chance to potentially get a hold of the kittens and bring them in with their mama and find a home for them, or find a foster home, or find a rescue to take them, or maybe just, take care of them myself for a minute and just use my one of my sheds or something for them, and hopefully find them a home. I don't know. I don't exactly have extensive plans when it comes to my craziness, but I'll figure something out. Anyway, I'm going to need both of my hands to finish this up. I know I've been dragging it out because I've been talking to y'all. But I do hope y'all enjoyed seeing Pretty Bird. If you guys want to rewind to the beginning of the live, more towards the beginning of the live, you'll see how cuddly Pretty Bird was earlier today. Just being such a sweetie pie. Right, pretty? Yeah, for a minute there, you were running away and being a goof. And then you got all kinds of cuddly. Yeah, you did. I saw you. I said, pretty? Pretty? What? Are you scared, Pretty Bird? What happened? Pretty Bird, what happened? What is it? Pretty Bird. Pretty Bird. What is it, buddy? Is it dark out? Yeah? Hi. What is it, Pretty Bird? Yeah, you go night-night? Night-night, pretty. Go night-night, Goose. Night-night, Pretty Bird. Night-night. Well, the whole reason why I started this live was because we had loose pit bulls in the neighborhood, and I decided to be with my birds until it was time to lock them up, just in case the pits decided to come in our neighborhood, since our yard's not fenced off. And even though we have cameras and alarms, doesn't mean it's going to work perfectly for dogs, because dogs generally don't try to break in places. They might just, jump a fence. You are so clumsy. I love you, you dork. Bird, what was that? Here you go. One last one for your fans. He's like, I will gladly eat this cucumber for all of you. Yum, 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 yum. Yum, yum. Oh, it's so good. It's so good. Ah, no, that's my finger. He's like, maybe you shouldn't have your finger right there. What? Is it already gone? Where'd it go? It's its face. Alrighty, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed seeing Pretty Bird and Nugget tonight. I hope you have a wonderful evening. We will see you again soon. And we hope you have a good night. Have sweet dreams. What? What are you looking at? Pretty Bird, you say night-night. Night-night, Pretty Bird. Night-night, Pretty Bird. Night-night, Pretty Bird. Night-night, Pretty Bird. Pretty Bird! Yay! Pretty. Alrighty, guys. Good night.